This is Marketing Jam, a show featuring the brightest minds in marketing. Marketing Jam is brought to you by Cyber Impact, the email marketing platform made specifically for Canadian small businesses. Go to cyberimpact.com/jelly, create a free account, and start sending CASL-compliant promotional emails in just a few clicks.
All right, welcome to another episode of Marketing Jam. I'm really excited because we have a local hero, founder, owner right in our midst who is right from our backyard here in Vancouver. And also, random fact, I happen to be a fan of her products because my wife brought them into our household and we were given them as gifts when we had a new baby. So Karen Johnson is the founder and owner of Capure Naturals. Yes. Capure, K-Pure, K-Pure. Yep. Do some people say Capure?
Some of them, yeah.
But you correct them.
That's
you say
right.
It's K-Pure.
Right.
Awesome. So does the K stand for something in particular?
It's a funny story. I used to own a gym in Abbotsford, and that was KP Fitness Studio because my middle name's Patricia. So it was just, what else are you going to call it? There were so many, it just came down to, I'm just going to name it after myself. So when I started making these products as a way to promote the gym, they just, those little labels that I printed on my printer at home, and it just said KP Naturals, because it wasn't going to be a business. So, so then it started to be, I'm like, well, I need to change the name because KP Naturals sounds weird. So it just happened. And it just turned into, I'm like, pure, because the products are pure, the ingredients are pure. It just made sense. And then it's funny because I never knew what my name meant. And just a while ago, someone's like, you should look up the meaning of your name. And actually, Karen means pure.
Oh, that's
how funny is that?
Really cool. Yeah. So in my house, we've been calling it Capure.
You can call it whatever you want.
You're okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, as long as we...
Because phonetically, I guess with you, it is Capure, but it's K-Pure.
So we don't often get founders and owners here. And part of that, which I think is so cool, is that you are basically doing everything. You're saying sometimes you're the janitor, sometimes, you're dealing with fulfillment, you're dealing with production, and you're dealing with marketing. Right. And so someone who is dealing with being an owner and doing the marketing, what's it like juggling between those two responsibilities? Well,
first, I have a really great team. So I personally don't have to, I still formulate all the products, like all the recipes I do, but a really great team. Someone who takes care of production, and now people who are doing fulfillment and labeling and all that. So I can focus on the stuff that I really want to, which is like coming up with new recipes and also marketing. I love marketing. So I tried having someone help with marketing, but it's really something that I'm passionate about. So I chose, like, that's one of the hats I want to keep on.
That's awesome.
Because I really enjoy doing it.
And what parts of marketing do you find are maybe your favorite, or maybe the ones that are working well? And maybe are they different?
Right. Well, it's I think social media obviously is like the biggest thing. It's been the biggest help, like as far as like propelling the business. I think most of our traffic comes from social media. Wow. And I think being the face of the business myself has really worked for us so far. Maybe it won't in the future, but right now it does. We get the most engagement when it's like a personal post or talking about the Cape Your story. So that part, it's actually pretty fun.
Any channel in particular?
Instagram 100% is like, it's not 100%, but it's like, I think 88% of our traffic comes from Instagram.
Wow. And Pinterest?
Pinterest we haven't worked on too much, to be honest. A little bit. I know we get tagged in Pinterest sometimes. We're dabbling in YouTube, trying to work on our YouTube channel, just so we don't have all of our eggs in that one Instagram basket. I find when I had the gym, Facebook was the best avenue for us because it was local. And for the city that we're in, it just worked the best. I find now for this business, like Facebook is like nothing. So we don't really touch Facebook too much anymore. Just kind of post from Instagram onto Facebook. So most of our energy is going into Instagram. Trying to dabble into some LinkedIn too, because Gary Vee says that's the best. So.
And what about public relations? Your foray into that. Have you done any trying to get earned media, write some articles, or? We
haven't done a lot of that, to be honest. Like a lot of. I mean, I still feel like I'm flying by the seat of my pants in a lot of ways. I mean, the business is fairly new still. It's only 3 years old. And so I kind of fake it till I make it with a lot of stuff. But we haven't really paid for like any paid ads or like we don't pay influencers. We haven't really done much of that stuff yet. No.
You were in the box, the Extraordinary Man box recently. So tell me about that experience.
So that's a funny story too. I was on a plane on my way back from Palm Springs a few months ago and started chatting with this man and his wife next to me, and super nice couple, chit-chatting. And then I was putting lip balm on while I was talking to them, and the wife's like, that lip balm, where'd you get that? I said, well, actually, it's my company. Here's a lip balm. It's like my business card. And the man goes, oh, my name's Peter, and I own Canada-wide media.
That's great. What Peter Legg.
I'm like, what?
Awesome.
Yes, yeah, he's amazing. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And he's like, we have these subscription boxes. We should. And I'm like, well, actually, your team's already reached out to me. And so then it turned into that, and it was really cool. And he ended up sending me a couple of his books and stuff. Like, anyway, so that's how that collaboration came about, and they were really great to deal with.
Okay. And what boxes were you in?
So we just did the Extraordinary Man box.
Yes. Okay.
They have a larger box, but we just couldn't commit to that many quantities because we're pretty busy right now.
Yeah. And the model of the box is so interesting in that you provide the product, and then you pay a fee, and then people are paying to receive the box as well, which is a great model for, ideally if it works.
Totally.
Right? And did you see some good response?
We have,
uptake? Okay.
We saw some really cool unboxings.
Okay, that's great. Yes, yes. And the
Yours
product
is probably the best.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Was there other men who did the unboxing, or is that more of like a female thing where they do unboxing?
You were the best male box unboxer. I'll say that much. There was a lot of women doing it for their husbands or like whatever, but yeah, yours was pretty awesome.
Okay, thank you, thank you. And being someone that's you have a product birthed in BC, have you found any like benefits from the government or grants or support programs that have been able to help you kind of get your business going? You haven't seen any?
I haven't tried any.
Okay,
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you and I had briefly talked about that, but I haven't really checked into that.
Okay, that's okay. So you've been going by, white knuckling.
Totally.
Yeah, seat of your pants.
I mean, literally started with like a shoebox of essential oils.
So cool.
And then made a few products with that, and with the money from that, bought. And I remember when we placed our first big order, I was like, this is the last, I'm going to be stuck with all this stock. And like, anyways, it just keeps growing, so
when you mention essential oils, there's a lot of people, when they hear about essential oils, they think of, that friend who's trying to sell them into this like thing, and then they resell the oils. Were you ever tempted to like do the multi-level marketing?
No.
Okay. And how did you, were you ever even considering it, or were you just like, I'm going to sell direct?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Nothing against multi-level marketing. It's working great for a lot of people. I have experience in MLM in my past with other companies, and it just wasn't for me.
Yeah. And so where do you find the majority of sales? Is it storefronts? Is it bricks and mortars? Is it your website? Is it other people's websites?
We're about 50-50 right now between our website and our wholesale website.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. It's pretty on par 50-50 right now. It used to be mostly my website, but it's about 50-50, which is kind of cool to see.
I bought, my wife had me go out and buy some soap recently from K-Pure. At Pure Pharmacy.
Yeah.
And they had it. They had all your products there. It was great.
They were actually our very first stockist.
Really?
Yeah, the very first.
And because they're called Pure Pharmacy, and was that?
Well, they were the other one before. They got Pure Pharmacy is just there now, but they were,
Integrated Health.
Integrative Health.
Yeah.
Was there, and I had only been on Instagram for like a month, and like was still making my own labels at home and stuff. And I got an email from the girl who did the purchasing there. I was like, we want to carry your stuff. I'll never forget it. I was grocery shopping. I was like, what? The store wants to have my stuff in their store? Anyway, so that they were our very first ever store.
And where do you think they heard about you from?
It was Instagram. She just happened to see it on social media.
So someone's out there listening, and they either manage a consumer packaged good, that's a product, or they're about to start one.
Right.
What's your biggest advice to someone who's just about to go into this world?
Oh, goodness. There's so many. But like...
be on the gram?
Yeah, well, I don't think, but I think having all your eggs in that one basket isn't, like, I think diversifying your marketing is really important. But don't go in over your head. Like, you don't need to spend thousands of dollars every month when you're first starting out. Like, do as much as you can. Keep your overhead as low as possible. Yeah. Like, literally, like, I had it out of my house in a shoebox. Yeah. And then once I could afford it, then put more money into other stuff. But I think keeping your overhead low and doing as much as you can yourself. Yeah. And then hiring people who are better than you to do other stuff. I think that's been a big thing too. Like the lady who does production for me, she's better at it than I was before. But as like a control freak, no one can ever do it as good as I can, but hiring people who do it better than me, which is why I've stuck with marketing myself, because I feel confident that I do it pretty well.
That's awesome. So you mentioned you don't do PR, but I noticed you did something recently because my wife and I spent some time at BC Women's Hospital. You did a video collaboration with them. Right.
Okay. So I shouldn't say we don't do PR. We do. So I've been working with Cassiar, and they've been doing some videos for us, and we had a little brainstorming session. And last year for our 2nd birthday, instead of throwing a party, we donated in people's names. So we sent out these birthday boxes to like influencers, and said instead of a birthday party, we're donating $50 to Women's Hospital in your name with some of our newest products. So it was like win-win. So this year, when I was chatting with Cassiar about how, you know, how we should do that this year, I said, I want to do the same thing. I want to give back to BC Women's. And they said, well, why don't we do these videos? So that's how that all came about. So we did these videos, and we raised $11,000 for BC Women's. In one day? Yeah, it was $8,000 in the one day, and then $3,500 in those birthday boxes that we sent out. So.
And it was an International Women's Day, right?
Yep.
And then tell me more about the birthday boxes. How did that work?
Yep. So last year we launched some new items. So we just put them in a box, and we have a list of, you know, influencers.
Yeah, people you like.
People that we like that have. It wasn't only influencers. It was just people who like have really supported Cape Here and like have helped us, whether it's promoting it or just being there for Cape Here. So we just capped it at 50 and was, you know, gave them, you know, our newest products. Plus, it's our birthday and we're donating in your name. So it worked really well as far as like raising money and also creating awareness for the brand too. So. And
BC Women's is an amazing place, first of all, and the people that work there are also amazing.
They're all
Janessa and Jen. Right?
So, Okay, so Jen, I first sat down. Jen had reached out to me and said, hey, we loved what you did last year. Let's sit down and talk about. So I said, so Jen and I sat down and I said, we want to do this video and we want to include somebody. We were thinking at first maybe like a nurse or like someone. She goes, well, I really think you guys would love Janessa's story. Oh, yeah. And of course we did love her story. And so Janessa was amazing. Yes. She welcomed us into her office. She welcomed us into her home. Like we have footage of like her and her son together. And it was a really great experience. Yeah.
Really cool. And so what's next? What are you seeing kind of coming down the pipeline for you when it comes to marketing and kind of like adventures like what you did with that video?
So I want to keep doing that because when we did, we have a couple products that were influenced by Tofino. It's my favorite place. Like my kids and I spend a lot of time in Tofino. And so I created these products that had this blue color, like looked like the ocean. So Cassiar again was like, want to go to Tofino? And I'm like, I do.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So we went and we created these videos, and it just creates so much. People still are like, those videos from Tofino, oh my gosh, they're so amazing. So we definitely want to go into video. I think video is really popular right now and really the way to go. So we have some more videos coming. We're going to do like the Cape Here story.
IGTV, IG right in the thread, stories.
Yeah, so stories, and then really working on our YouTube channel too, because what we noticed, say with those Tofino products, we put those videos on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Yeah. And we never really promoted YouTube. Like I had a couple tutorials on there and put them on. We got more traffic from YouTube than we did from Facebook. Oh. With like so I think YouTube is really
second largest search engine in the world. Yeah.
And as someone, I'm 40, so I never really jumped on the YouTube bandwagon as far as like
not yet,
but like as far as like sitting on YouTube and watching like it's foreign to me. So to see that, it's really cool, and to start this YouTube channel going and getting into LinkedIn and posting it, because even posting the videos on LinkedIn, like it's quite the community on LinkedIn. So want to start tapping into that too.
So those that don't know Cape Here and haven't been to your website yet, when you talk about they're looking for a need, right? So is it like there's soaps? There's oils, like balms. So
it actually started with deodorant.
Okay.
That was a product.
And natural, all natural.
Everything's 100% natural. So I started making my own deodorant when they did some allergy testing on my newborn son. Yep. There was aluminum and parabens, like plastic in his system. I'm like, he's newborn and he's breastfed. So anyways, they're like, the naturopath is like, it's what you're putting on your skin is going into your body. So anyway, so I'd been making my own deodorant. So it started with a deodorant and then these essential oil sprays. And then it just evolved as like people were like, can you make this? Can you make that? And so then it was like, okay, well, we're just going to do body care because I don't want to get into skincare. It's too complicated. It's too, and people were like, we really want you to create stuff for, and then we started using the body butter on our faces. And we're like, wow, this is great. Like we don't need to buy a skin cream into this. And it's like, let's do multi-use. That could be part of our, and then it just evolved. So we're skincare, body care, starting to go into home care, like the hand soaps and the room sprays and stuff. So. Really just expanding that way.
I do like the soap because I wash my hands, but then I get this nice little like aromatherapy moment in my bathroom because I've washed my hands.
Instead of like an overwhelming fragrance scent. Yeah.
So how do people find, like, why would they choose your product over what else is there, right? Like over like A535 or Tiger Balm or.
Well, it's natural. It is natural, but I mean, the market is super saturated. Yeah. Like, to be honest, like it's super. So it's just trying to find a way of telling our story, because I think people really love that, telling our story, and then they can relate. And when I'm, me and my kids or me and my daughter are like the face of the business, they can really relate to that. And you get this like don't like the word tribe, but like, you know, like the Cape Pure like community.
Yeah, of course.
And then people are really loyal and like we really try to provide really good customer service and they're like, they want to come back. And so I'm, you know, we're trying to find a way that they can, it's a one-stop shop, you know?
Well, and it's no, like you look at Apple users who build this cult-like following, right? And it's like a lot of brands are aiming to be a cult, right? Lululemon, right? So if you're like going into Shoppers Drug Mart, London Drugs, are you seeing your products there yet at the moment?
We're in a couple PharmaSaves, actually.
Okay,
yeah, PharmaSave.
Because they're independently owned, so they can,
we're in the newest Save on Foods in Kerrisdale.
Amazing.
Yep. So they built us like our own like shelving and stuff.
And is it kind of like they test you out first there and then see if they'll put you in other stores?
Yeah. So they wanted it. It's a little more of a high-end Save on Foods. So they wanted it in there with its own. It's this like 6-foot tall shelf that has Cape Pure. It's really cool. It's a really surreal moment actually. Well.ca picked us up. Indigo.ca picked us up. So
will you be at Indigo if I?
No, only online.
But maybe one day in the store if there's enough of a request, right? So is that the measure of like demand and providing it, right? If there's enough demand in the stores.
So I think we actually do better in the smaller boutiques because we're not, you know, if somebody isn't looking specifically for Cape Pure, there's not 15 other deodorants on the shelf, right? If we're going to these boutiques or places like Pure, like Bell and Wren has this. Oh, cool. There's only, you know, 1 or 2 deodorants and the staff knows all about it and we can go in and educate them rather than say a big grocery store, which we love being in Save on Foods, but like say a bigger store, it gets lost on the shelf, you know? Yeah. So we do really well with
and people are maybe more price conscious. They're like, okay, what's the cheapest deodorant, right? Or okay. Yeah. But if they're impure, they're there for a purpose, right? They want something natural or choices. That's right. Markets, right? Like they're intentionally getting us paying for a superior product. They're willing to pay more, but they know that it's pure.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's really cool. And so what's that dance been trying to get like into actual like large, you know, grocery chains? Yeah.
So to be honest, we are in, I think we're in 170 stores now across Canada, and every store has approached us. We haven't done any
amazing. Okay.
Like, cold calling or...
Because they want to provide it for their customers.
That's right. So they found us either through word of mouth or social media and come to us. So if we were to start like putting people on the ground to get us in more stores, I don't know if we could keep up with the demand right now, to be honest. So, but that's the goal, is to get into a bigger facility and produce more. But.
And how many SKUs at the moment do you have?
52. Yeah.
Okay. Are you got some more coming down the pipe? And can you share any of these?
Yeah, totally. So our #1 seller is the deodorant.
Okay.
It's a cream deodorant. So not everybody, you know, if they have long nails or men don't always want to put their finger in a jar, they think their armpits are dirty, which you shouldn't be putting on a dirty armpit. But anyways, so one of our biggest requests is having deodorant in a stick, like a stick deodorant.
Yeah, of course. So I use a gel deodorant, but I twist it and then gel comes up and then I apply. But you're saying I could just put my finger in there and put it on.
Did you read the ingredient list on that?
Oh, I don't. I've chosen not to. And I'm sure it causes memory loss and all sorts of stuff, right? Yeah. Okay, but you have a gel.
So it's a cream. It's like a whipped body butter.
In the morning I do this. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
I should try that.
If I would have known, I would have brought you some.
No, it's okay. I will. Maybe it's at Pure.
It should. Yep. Okay. It's at Pure and Bell and Wren.
And Bell and Wren, which is across the street here. Yep. Perfect.
So that's our #1 seller.
Okay.
So, but we need the stick to be just
because that's what people are used to.
Because it has to be. So that's why we've been talking about it for a long time. But it's like until it's as perfect as that whipped body butter. So we have that coming down. And speaking of body butters, we're working on a new body butter.
Cool.
And then a few more skincare things. So
awesome. And are you thinking of doing anything just for men? Or
yes.
Is it, okay. That's down the down the pipe.
We are. Yeah. So we're doing some test things right now. For men, but that's a whole new ball game too, you know?
Yeah, no, of course.
And not to just like, oh, here's another beard balm on the market. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we want to keep it a little extra special. So we are working on a few things,
That's awesome. Yeah. So I need to ask, iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Okay, and what are the apps that you, as a business owner, marketing person, what are the apps that you can't live without, that you're checking
Instagram
everything?
For sure. Yeah. Like if I look, now that Apple has this thing that shows you, I'm like, I want to know.
Will you admit how many hours you think a day? Or minutes a day? Like 8?
8 hours a day.
It clocks you. Wowzers. Okay, there's like 24 hours. Okay, that's like 1/3 of your day. Okay, but you're there. Are you there posting or consuming?
No, so I mean, in my defense.
Are you listening on there? What are you doing?
Yeah, so some of it is. Yeah, so sometimes it's like if I'm listening to podcasts or like I do my workout through my phone. So there's almost an hour like. Yeah. But a lot of it is on Instagram or because our website all the sales come through an app, Shopify app.
Oh, Shopify.
That's amazing. 2 Shopify apps.
Made here in Canada.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So we're Shopify. So I have 2 Shopify apps, the wholesale and that. Yeah. So I'm always checking that or checking emails. So
are you DMing people? Like, are you managing your Instagram yourself? You are. So if I DM K Pure, it's you. That's so cool.
And that's the other thing. So that's constant. Like literally it's constant. So I'm working really hard on, this is a big thing, but like micromanaging my day into 15-minute segments. And when I do it, I find I'm less time on my phone because I'm not checking my email all the time. But just getting into that habit,
and you have Gmail app on your phone or and it's...
So it's like Shopify, Gmail, Instagram, obviously. And then all the editing of the photos I do on my phone and all that stuff. So it all adds up, you know. But like the emails and the DMs, I want to answer them all. So it takes a few hours of the day. Now,
are you posting your own Instagram images? Okay, and what about stories? Are you finding you're doing a lot of stories, or are you regramming other stories?
Both.
Both, okay.
Both. Yeah. I find if it's a really busy day, I'm just regramming, but like we get a lot more engagement. Yeah. If I'm personally talking on the stories. Yeah. Which sometimes I forget to do, or if I didn't do my hair or whatever, I don't want to. Yeah. But I find there's a direct correlation between posting and sales. Okay. For sure.
Wow.
So if I'm like slacking for a few days, I notice a change in sales for sure.
Are you interested in, like, have you looked into getting it on Amazon as an option, or?
No, we're not interested in Amazon. It's not, but Indigo's been pretty good. But again, it's like the smaller boutiques just do like our number one store out of 170 stores or whatever is a local store in Abbotsford.
Really?
Yeah, because it's my hometown, I guess, and it's a really great store. And
yeah. Can you name the store?
Yeah, Spruce Collective.
Oh, Spruce Collective is amazing. Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, very cool. Yeah. And it's kind of got that vibe, right?
Yeah.
Like,
and they were one of our first stockists too, and they're like our number one store out of anyone out of Canada. Yeah.
That's really, really cool. Yeah. And then what about Costco?
It's so funny because a friend of mine, ever since the start, just goes, one day, mark my words, you'll be in Costco. Yeah. So
you'll see. Yeah. Okay, okay. And then it's just like, you do the dance, right? Like, is it worth it?
Is it worth it? Totally. And so,
can we meet their demands?
Like, can we meet their demands? And I mean, I'm sure one day we could get to that point, but it's like, it's a whole nother ball game as far as like, I don't know, I don't want to say I want to keep it small, but like dealing with smaller stores, I've compared to dealing with like some of the bigger stores that we're dealing with right now, it's much nicer sometimes dealing one-on-one with like the owner of the store rather than, you know, people who work in this big corporation.
Of course, yeah. And why not Amazon? Why does that, with
there's something about Amazon, I can't remember specifically the deal with Amazon, but it's more like a drop ship, I think, which we're not even, that's not even on our radar right now.
Okay, yeah. So it's just the fulfillment part of it, okay. Yeah. I do love being a Prime member, especially the fact that Marvelous Miss Maisel has done so well. There's so many Prime people that it's just so nice knowing that I'm like, it's Prime, I'm getting free shipping,
Fair enough.
The returns are amazing, and the credit card's already on my app. Right. So the idea of logging in on my phone, putting my credit card, just intimidates me as a, you know,
But Shopify does have a new thing now where when you're in Shopify, no matter what store you're in, whether if it's a Shopify store, once you enter your email address,
it'll Shopify account.
Yeah, you have a Shopify account, so it'll pop up, a code will pop up on your phone, and you enter that code, and all your info's in there. Yeah,
because that's the stopgap for me. Because like, there's always people who want to do their own proprietary e-commerce, but I'm like, but then it's like, I gotta put my stuff in. Where Amazon's so nice, because I'm like,
boom. Totally. You know, when you're shopping online and they don't have PayPal and you don't have your credit card close, it's like, oh, forget it.
Yeah, exactly, right? You abandon cart.
We're
the abandoned cart people.
I'm not getting out of bed to go get my credit card.
No, right? Whereas Amazon, it's like even like, it's so almost too easy. It's like, you can hit the button, buy now.
Buy now, done. But yeah, Shopify, you can do that now too.
Oh, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, so all you have to do is enter your email address and then enter that code.
Cool. And what about like podcasts, books, or magazines that you want to recommend to folks?
Podcasts, I'm obsessed with a few podcasts right now. Gary Vee for sure. The Skinny Confidential, Lauren Evarts. She's a big K Pure supporter, but her and her husband's podcasts are amazing. I'm going to butcher his name, I think. Eddie Lymet. Okay. Is that, anyways. It's just super positive, like Rich Roll, all these like super positive, uplifting. Cool. I find it really helps with your mood, like too, especially if you're working at the same time. Yeah. Books, I literally have a stack like this of like to be read.
Yes, of
like,
course.
Literally.
Yeah, we all have those.
I need that book. And then you read like a chapter and fall asleep. But Brene Brown's been amazing. The guys at Cassiar actually gifted me her newest book, Dare Lead, and I love it. Good. I literally read like 2 pages at a time and then pass out. But
yes. Oh, that's really awesome. Yeah. Email subscriptions that you like are like, hey, you got our online magazines that you follow?
So this is my thing with email subscriptions. We actually don't send out newsletters, which I know is like, because we're going to, because people do request it, especially for having a sale or something. Yeah. But my thing is I'm hitting unsubscribe all the time on my own personal phone. Yeah. So I'm trying to find that balance of like, how do we send emails, mass emails of value that people are like, oh, there's that stupid K-Pure email again, unsubscribe, you know? Yeah. So I don't personally, because I check enough emails, I don't subscribe to many, but.
So speaking of subscribe, do you offer right now any subscription for like, we'll send you a new soap every month?
Like, we don't, but people do request it. So that's another thing on that to-do list.
Does Shopify have that feature? Where you
feel like I just read that they do have that down. So we can just a plug-in, you know?
It's a cool idea.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, yeah. Or you're saying now, I don't have to buy a new soap dispenser. You sell just the
refill.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, which is very cool.
So we have that for the hand soap right now. We're going to come out with we have a foaming face soap, so we'll come out with that one too.
Okay, very cool. And anything else that you want to share with those that are listening, like marketers and founders? Anything that you want to share that you're like, man, I wish someone had told me this, 3 years ago?
I think it's like when you're scared to do something or you think you can't do it. That's really when you should. Like, don't second guess yourself. Like, don't compare yourself. I don't look what my competitors are doing. Like, I don't check their Instagrams. I don't check, because then I feel like it's going to cloud my ideas for our own business. So when people are like, oh, I heard such and such just came out with a deep breath thing. And I'm like, what? I'm like, whatever. I'm not even watching, like I think that's just do what you think feels good. Okay. And even if you're scared, crapless, just do it anyways.
Okay. So you pointed out here, and those that are watching on video will see this, but we have a diffuser here, an actual hard diffuser, actually diffusing one of your products, Deep Breath, which is I brought from home. So this hard diffuser, have you ever considered actually doing the products that go with oils?
We have. So we have a few products that we order. We have like a face roller that's branded with our
Oh, is that the thing logo. That the stone?
Yep.
Yeah,
and then we have another one, it's called a gua sha. It's like another stone. It's like a crystal. Yeah. These we have looked into. Yeah. But the problem is they're all kind of the same. Yeah. All over the place. So like that one.
That's from Amazon.
Yep. Right? So I was going to say, so we can't compete. No. Like they all look like that. Oh, yeah. Or like variations of that. Yeah. And you can get it on Amazon.
And they're all made from the same factory.
They're 100%. Yeah. So we've looked into it, but that one, I don't know, and then it breaks down and we're just.
And then they have to return it to you, and then you're into hard goods versus, consumables.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. Well, I really appreciate you being on the show.
Thanks for having me. It was so much fun.
There's been some great ideas and thoughts and feedback. And those of you that are owners, founders, marketers, and you hold and wear all of those hats, there's some great ideas, some tips, and some podcasts to get some inspiration.
Thanks.
And thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming in and tuning in and watching. And we'll see you next time on The Marketing Jam.